it's a remake of the classic 80s movie.
The other cast members kind of talked about all of the torrid affairs that happened on set. There was a lot of making out in trailers.
And it looks like history repeated itself because Logan Paul and Chloe Bennett met on this set and dated for a few months after our very flirty interview.
It just won't ever work.
Yeah, it just probably won't.
You shouldn't date people you actually like.
Yeah, right?
The movie opens with a teenage daughter upset at a nightclub. Her mom comes to pick her up and takes her home. She's in trouble and she says her boyfriend's just broken up with her.
Zach and I broke up.
Oh my God, sweetie, I'm
No,
so
don't do any of that. It's just, he started talking about Japan and how it's too far.
Do you think Logan threw that one in there? She says to her mum that she doesn't know what it's like to be young, etc. So her mum sits her down and tells her a story from when she was younger herself. This is where the main story starts, and that's why I didn't really let much happen at the beginning there, because it was pretty pointless, because the actual story is the story in the story. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna move on with it.
Life was like a pop song, and we knew all the words.
So the main story opens with the titles. And may I say, this is not what I was expecting at all going into this, so brace yourself. So once the mum goes into the story, she has her little introduction, and I'll let you see for yourself what happened.
See the people walking down the street, fall in line just watching all their feet. They don't know where they want to go, but they're walking in time. They got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat.
Yeah, so these are the cool kids, as you would say, and
They can't wait to hang out and be cool. Hang around till 12, that's when they fall in line.
so basically it feels like there's a good 10 minutes, but it's really 5 of them dancing around the mall on fountains and stuff, etc. And then it goes back to the mum and the daughter, and she's saying it's cringy. So I guess the movie, in a way, is self-aware that it's kind of cringy,
That's so cringy.
but it doesn't really necessarily justify what's going on here.
We never left the valley. We barely left the mall.
Now, initially, when I heard her say we never left the valley, I thought straight away, oh my God, they've dubbed Cher's voice out of Clueless over that, where she's talking about the valley in Clueless. But then, little did I know, that's Alicia Silverstone out of Clueless right there saying it. So they've done nothing, you know. Hats off to them for getting Alicia Silverstone. Very suited, I guess. I guess this is set after her and Josh broke up.
Hill, where all the weirdos lived. Punks and runaways. It was just a few zip codes over, but seemed like a million miles away.
So her mum continues the story and begins to tell us about the rebels, or the punks that live on the other side of town where no one goes.
I don't give a damn about my reputation. Living in the past, it's a new generation.
Oh, you guessed it, the bad kids also sing, like, all the time.
And I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
So that's that. After they've set the scene and the titles and the initial singing numbers are over, we are introduced to the main group of girls. They are sitting at the table eating lunch. The main character is played by the girl from Happy Death Day.
Whatever.
And the other 3 girls are probably out of things too, but I don't personally know them. But one of them is going to be the bitch, because that's just what she is. She's the movie bitch, the Queen Bee, the Regina George. You know how it goes. There's always one of them.
Is free or limited?
Limited. It's free.
Other girl, she's going to be Chanel number 5, because she just reminds me so much of Chanel number 5. If you've seen Scream Queens, you'll see why she reminds me of Chanel number 5. Just...
You guys are so lucky I rescued you in middle school, especially you, Stacey.
From the way she dresses to the way they treat her, it's just spot on Chanel number 5 impersonation right there. Yeah, the 4 girls are sitting at lunch, and our main character has a crazy idea to go over to the other side of the valley and hang out with the boys in Hollywood, which is like the worst idea ever. Oh my God, who would want to go over to Hollywood, right?
No, like get on the first bus we see. We could like go over the hill to Hollywood or something. Or we could just like see where it takes us.
Freaking me out. Julie. Freak me out. Hollywood is so gross.
Let's go.
after her friends brush off her idea to go to the valley, it immediately cuts to the next day at school. Of course, they had to have all these weirdly sexual shots because, you know, it's the 80s and it was a cool time. They tried to stereotypically set the scene, I guess. And okay, at this point, it said Logan Paul in the trailer, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to look really carefully. Like, hopefully I can spot him in the movie. Probably just plays a little part, comes in and out sort of thing, you know what I mean? I doubt I'll see him. I'm gonna like really keep my eyes peeled for him in this school montage. And you do see him in this school montage, and if you can spot him, you've got a keen eye. Just, brace yourself. Just do that, like I can't. So yeah, Logan Paul plays the coolest guy in school, you know, and I was talking on the phone to my friend last night. She said to me, you know, like, how was his acting in the movie? And I said, well, it wasn't bad. He was actually surprisingly good, but in saying that, he basically played himself, and you're about to see what I mean.
Hey, hot stuff.
Logan.
Hey, hot stuff. Catch you at the pep rally?
Yeah, it's like mandatory.
Can we get a replay on that? Do you think Logan threw that one in there?
Hey, Mickey.
Okay, so seeing that, I assumed Mickey was like his friend or something that she was like, you know, lusting for, but no. You're about to see this, it's gold. Whole school is singing for Logan Paul because his name's Mickey and he's just so fine and he blows everyone's mind. I mean, he blows my mind. Oh, Mickey is so fine. Like they really had to go there. Also, I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think the original one was a musical, and if it was, I don't think it was this much of a musical. I haven't seen the original one, but from watching the trailer, it didn't look anything like this. Logang for life!
Check out that bod.
How much did he pay them? Did he fund the movie? Did he fund the movie and that's why he got to be like one of the main parts in it? Surely there's something going on behind the scene here. Like, look at that bod. Like, look at Logan Paul. Like, that's what dreams are made of.
All right.
And then here they try to have like a little comedic relief, but it's just so bad. It reminds me of the High School Musical TV show trailer for some reason. It's giving me that vibe and I just don't like it.
Hey, everybody. And to think.
Oh my god, did you see the way he just threw his racket? I wish he would throw me like that.
That some members of the faculty suggested that we shouldn't have a pep rally for one person.
I mean, he's just so fine. He blows my mind. So yeah, Logan Paul is dating the main character and he's the hottest guy in school and she's the prettiest girl in school, so whatever.
Senior prom is just 1 month away. And I have some great news for you. Let's get a drum roll, please. Our high school has been selected to have our prom broadcast live on the greatest radio station in LA, K-Rock!
God, it's kind of like in Greece when the TV station comes, but surely they wouldn't go that far to copy Greece to a T. Then again, I guess the original version of this movie was out before Greece was out, so I don't really know who copied who here, but this movie is made up of a shitload of other movies.
Last year I got a DUI.
Nikki, I'm not supposed to come with you. Nikki, we're gonna get in trouble.
We're gonna get in trouble together.
Nikki.
It's just us.
Logie Wargie Bear, you're so sweet.
Okay. Now! What do you say, Jules? Me, you, that?
Oh my god, go with him. Go with him to prom. Oh my god.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so the bitch's name is Karen, so we're gonna call her Karen from now on because that's hilarious. So her friends just standing around dancing to Janet Jackson because, you know, they've really tried to emphasize on the 80s here. And then she comes along and she's got the biggest problem in the world. Like, if I was her, I would be fuming, mate, fuming.
Live on K-Rock.
K-Rock is a radio station, Lauren.
I need you these, like now.
Tell me.
What happened? I just got asked to prom by 5 assholes.
Oh. No, you didn't, you poor girl. So then it cuts to the girls at the beach.
I'm married by 23, I'll kill myself.
Goals right there.
Yeah, like once the divorce is final, my mom has to like get a job.
Well, what does she like to do?
Be married.
So yeah, they're talking about whether they want to work or just have husbands so they never have to work because that's the goals of all her friends except her apparently.
Why would you want to?
To have a life, to like be independent.
Ew!
And then her friend just completely cuts her off to win the argument in the most logical way possible.
Bummer!
But it's the 1980s, guys. Girls can do anything.
Oh, girls just wanna have fun. I come home in the morning like my mother says, when you're gonna live your life right.
Although I have a million little things to pick at with this movie, it wasn't a bad movie. I watched it last night and I'm not even gonna lie, I might have cried twice. But now that I'm immune to all its emotional power, I can fully critique this movie in its entirety without letting my emotions get the better of me. Yes, it was partly a terrible, stupid musical movie, which isn't the sort of thing that I would ever normally go for. However, it wasn't bad for what it is, and it does its job well, and it made enough money at the box office, so... Alright, I'm not going to make you sit through that, I'm going to skip past it. So after the singing number's done, our main character is having a little mystical moment looking off into the wind.
I have a dream, a song.
And singing a little solo part of Girls Just Want to Have Fun, being all deep and shit.
I wanna be the one to walk in the sun.
I just had to show you that. And our little boy here, pretty much like the scene in Dear John, where he's looking at her on the beach, but anyway.
Hey, John, do you want to...
Our boy here, the bad boy from, you know, the punk side of town, where all the punk kids are singing Bad Reputation, sees her and he's like, oh my god, you know, I have to love her and marry her now. So... he's just sitting there staring at her like Edward Cullen. So then it cuts over to her friends and they're talking to some dudes on the beach, and the guy from the bad side of town has a friend that's over listening. And he hears that they're having a party tonight.
And my friend's party? 1807 Sierra Vista Heights.
So obviously he's going to go tell his friend, so... you wait and see all these little stereotypical little tropes taken from other movies. It will amaze you. But then again... this movie was out, the original one was out first, so who knows, maybe everyone stole from the original movie, but I should have watched the original movie, okay, but I just didn't have the time. This movie was enough for me, okay? If you want to watch the original one, go ahead. I even called my mum, I said, hey, have you seen this movie? It was made in 1986. She was like, no. What does that tell you? I don't know. So homegirl over here is getting scared because there's a seagull near her chips.
Oh, get out.
As girls do. And then the guy comes over and scares the seagull and saves the day. The most romantic way possible.
Sorry about my buddy there. He'd be a real dick.
And then her friends are all like, ew, I can't believe you're talking to him. We have to leave now. And then she's all just like, you know, staring at him like a fucking idiot.
Like now.
Yeah, I mean...
Now we're gonna go to her mum at home, and she's trying to ask her mum about love and who she should be with, and her mum thinks she's trying to talk to her about sex, and it just gets really awkward and gross.
Kind of depends on what you're trying to fit here, you know? I mean...
She says she's gonna go out tonight to a costume party.
Party? No. I mean, are his parents gonna be there?
No risky business?
Yes, his parents will be there. They even got it catered.
Well, that sounds classy.
It's very important to stay hydrated. I know this because I'm a mom.
And that's how that goes. Our main girl Juliet here is standing at the party with her friends Chanel No. 5 and Karen.
You guys are so lucky I rescued you in middle school. Especially you, Stacey.
And her beautiful, handsome Logan man comes up to her and wisps her off her feet, you could say.
Ain't no game!
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you were like so lucky.
Oh, you're soaking.
Yeah, you're smoking too, babe.
Yeah, she's just not like those other girls. She just doesn't enjoy watching Logan Paul throw people off roofs on school chairs. Not her thing. She'd rather stay in and watch a documentary or something. But yeah, you get the idea. So of course the whole, you know, she can't hear anything else in the world and she sings her little number. No one seems to notice around her that she's just walking around singing and no one gives a shit. I guess they all just think she's tripping on acid or something. And then, yeah, when she goes into the other room, Kids in America gets sped up and everyone's dancing. Chanel No. 5 and Karen over there are having their own little jam out musical number, sing along, you know, their own little part in it. Good for them. You know, they're just great at their singing. Grab any glory. Like... Why is there always that one line in the musical where like they sing and they're like, oh my god, it's not sexy, it's not cool. I don't know why they do it, okay? It's just stupid. But then it cuts back to her emotional moment and she's like la 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 walking up the stairs and stuff. And then this is where Romeo and Juliet starts to come into it, like literally. So you know that scene in Romeo and Juliet where they're pulling up on the driveway into the Capulet's mansion? Yeah, I know my shit. That's what this looks like, and it doesn't stop there. Just give it a minute. So yeah, they show up to the party, no one knows them, and they're just like, oh, we're free spirits trying to find ourselves and shit.
Who are you? We're young. We're still figuring that out.
So they get him, whatever, you know what I mean, and he just walks off like a little dog with his nose in the wind trying to find his woman of his dreams. Meanwhile, Chanel No. 5's getting chatted up by the guy who dressed as the kid out of ET, which may I add is a great costume idea, and I really like that. It's so easy for future anyone wanting a costume idea, red hoodie and some bike handlebars. You're set.
Oh, are you Elliot from ET?
I am.
After we've seen the B-roll between Chanel No. 5 and her dude out of ET, we are cut to the most reminiscent of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio thing I've ever seen. Like they've literally tried to make whatever the fuck, if it's streamers or lights, I don't know what it is, but I feel like they've tried to make that look like the fish tank in that scene in Romeo and Juliet where they're in the bathroom. And then just the whole scene reeks of it. I just had to say it, okay? It bothered me on a personal level because I really liked that movie when I was a kid, and now I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe this one had it first. I don't know, but
Jules, you won't believe what just happened! Danny was all bragging about his new Porsche, and I was like ripping him hard, saying he wouldn't take that thing over 90. And he was like, I'm so So we take this thing out of the street, and then he like, it whips out.
my heart love till now. You get me?
Take that thing over 90. And he was like, I'm so we take this thing out of the street, and then he like, it whips out, so it starts doing donuts. I was like, there's no way you're getting that puke out of the glove box.
The plagiarism at hand here. Anyway, so Logie Wogie gets annoyed at his girlfriend.
You're not even listening.
What?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah. He puked in his glove box.
Who's that douchebag?
I think he's looking in the mirror.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think you really need to see this for yourself.
Oh no, just like in Romeo and Juliet when she gets pulled off to dance.
Of course.
How coincidental. Romeo's friend that's a female is talking to the Karen of the group, and they're just saying how the guys suck, and then they look at each other and realize who they are, and they walk away from each other. And then Romeo's friend walks past some guy and he tries to hit on her, but then she's like, no, you ain't got the right equipment, and then a fight breaks out.
What?
Say that again! Say that again!
Frankie says relax. Hey, back up!
And then the three of them get kicked out of the party.
Yo, get these guys out of here, man!
I just got clocked by Daisy Duke.
Romeo here, as he does, he got someone that was passed out's costume, kind of like that scene in Scooby-Doo.
Looks like you lost the war on drugs, Mr. President.
But anyway, so yeah, he got his costume, chucks it on, and sneaks back into the party. And then he finds his girl.
You looking for someone out there?
And she's like, oh my god, let's go in the bathroom.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
And so no one sees you because you're crazy.
Wanna get out of here?
I'm so sure.
Kill. Let's motor.
Wait, as if.
Not the tiniest bit like Clueless.
As if.
As if.
And this is Mickey's party.
The Mickey? This is Mickey's party?
Yes, have a little respect, okay? Mickey is so fine and he blows my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Where would you want to go?
Anywhere.
What would you want to do?
Anything.
So you'd think they'd just sneak out of there since, like, you know, they can't be seen with each other and stuff.
You might think I'm crazy to hang around with you. Maybe you think I'm lucky to have something to do, but I think that you're wild. Inside me is
Oh, kind of like that scene in Moulin Rouge.
Get down! Get down!
some child. You might think I'm foolish.
Why would you go out like this? This is the stupidest way to sneak out of anywhere ever. Like, really? What were you going for?
Maybe it's untrue. You might think I'm crazy, but all I want is you. Come on.
Like, if you were trying to be sly, why would you jump off the roof like that, screaming and shouting and singing at her? Everyone's gonna see that you two are talking to each other and you're singing a romantic song and you're there. You're not meant to be there. So there's just like a million and one problems. Like, why not just sneak off together? Like, no plot, I know. Don't be such a party pooper. Okay.
Come on.
You
You might think it's hysterical. I know when you're weak.
So yeah, he sings her away and they go in the car and they're trying to figure out where they want to go.
You got me going till the sun fell down.
And they end up going to this club that he always goes to, I guess, and they have this cutesy little moment.
So when can I see you again?
It was so fun. So yeah, basically her friend's there the whole time telling her how crazy she is for going out with this guy from the other side of town that lives in Hollywood. Like, pff, crazy bitch.
I think you're having a mental breakdown or something.
And then wait, her man gets on the stage and he sings to her because he's a dream boy. And of course it's a musical, so of course he's a singer and he's in a band.
I see you through the smoky air. Can't you feel the weight of my stare?
The song starts off a little slow and romantic, but then everyone headbangs to it and he's a cool guy and he got his girl too, so yeah. And then it cuts to him and her in the car alone. Don't know where everyone else went, but whatever. How funny we pissed him off because we were being terrible drivers.
I really have to go.
So yeah, they have a little cutesy moment outside. She climbs in a window and her mum just doesn't know a thing. Didn't happen to see her kissing that boy out the front and squealing, carrying on. Didn't hear that car speed off, nothing like that, no. Didn't get suspicious about the fact that she's in her clothes with makeup on for last night. Nothing like that. No, it's absolutely fine. She just got away with it completely.
Yeah! You up?
Yeah, I am now.
Mickey's on his way. I'll go fix you some tang.
I'll go fix you some tang.
Thanks.
So when she gets up in the morning, Logie Wogie's there to take her to school because he's just a dream boy like that.
Mickey, so are you going to win us another championship?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We're gonna cream Tarzan.
You don't have to call me ma'am.
All right, calm down. You date him.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We're gonna cream Tarzan.
Ma'am, I'm barely old enough to be a cool babysitter that you used to have a thing for.
What a creep. Everyone in her life wants to date him. Why don't you just like give him up? Like, I wouldn't want to fucking be with him. But anyway.
Hey, there's my girl.
You go get him, you little mac and
I'm gonna
roll.
wait for you, all right? Okay, let's hit it.
Mickey, we need to talk.
Come on, babe, it's a championship.
Come on, babe, it's the championships.
Come on, babe, it's a championship.
Mickey, I can't do this anymore.
Look, we all had too much fun last night. I got mega drunk. You left without saying goodbye. Yeah, it's all good. We both feel terrible.
No, I just think we, like, don't want the same things.
Oh. Is this about prom night? Hey, it's normal to be nervous, okay? But I promise it's gonna be special.
Mickey,
Now, come on,
Mickey,
let's roll.
that's not what I was talking about. Mickey, I need to talk to you.
to me in the car. Let's go. What's going on with you?
I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't want to, like, be your cheering squad.
You're not even a cheerleader.
We're over.
What was that?
Big mistake, Julie. Big mistake. Way to get me out of my zone for the match. Not cool at all.
Big mistake, Julie. So you see what I mean? Like, I don't know if the camera people are making him look good or something, but Logan's a genuinely good actor in this movie and hats off to him. But in saying that, it's not hard to play yourself. I just let that scene play out because I thought that you should see what he's like in the movie as an actor, because that's what you probably came here for, to see Logan's performance, and it was okay. It was genuinely okay, but like in real life. Then we got to Romeo at his apartment making instant noodles on the stove. He gets a call from his girl. She asked him if he wants to hang out ASAP. He said, okay. Then when she goes into class,
No.
her and Karen have a bit of a beef going on.
We don't date guys like that.
You could say they have an old school riff off.
All the things you do to me and everything you said, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me. I think they're okay.
So yeah, they couldn't help but to sing during aerobic. This whole awkward 80s sing battle aerobics thing going on.
Tainted love. No, can't do. Tainted love? 'Cause everybody's living.
And then when it's done, they're like, yeah, whatevs. But then Logie arrives to pick her up and she's like, no, I'm not having to borrow that.
Come on. No.
Fine. Be a skank.
So yeah, now her friends think she's a skank because she won't go in the car with her ex-boyfriend for a ride. So all her friends go off and she's left by herself, but she doesn't really care because she's got a man now. At this point, my camera did die, but I'm going to continue with the review and quickly skim through it and leave in anything I think that's worth mentioning. But this was going to be too long as it is because there's way too much to pick at. I guess the next main sort of thing to happen in the movie would be Karen getting together with Logan Paul.
Let's just have fun tonight.
But yeah, her friends don't really go back to her or anything, so they kind of suck. Then she tells her mum that she's going out to a French restaurant, and she's not. She's going out to see her boyfriend do some gig or some shit.
La, French restaurant, fancy. At least we know he has good taste.
They have a good night together, but then when she goes home, she blows a cover to her parents and she gets grounded.
Is Darth Vader Luke's father? Wait, who's dad?
The Jedi.
But of course, Loverboy here comes tapping on her window and their romantic relationship keeps going. In a movie montage-like style, we see her transform into a girl who doesn't care what people think and kind of dresses like an e-girl with paper clippy earrings and shit. All is going well with their relationship, but of course something had to happen, and it comes to the point when she wants him to come to her house to meet her parents at dinner.
Okay, what if I just invite him over for dinner?
And when it comes to that night, he does go, but then he is a little bit late, and when he comes in, he looks at all the family photos, realizes how nice the house is, and overhears the dad talking about him, saying bad things about how she can do better, so he leaves. And we do that whole miscommunication thing in the movies where they don't talk for a long amount of time, you know, not overdone at all.
It's rude. Your mother made a lot of food, and I don't like someone treating you like this. We've been waiting for a long time.
I bet you guys are thrilled he's not here.
We're not thrilled.
She gets depressed and they don't see each other for a while or hear from each other because, you know, it's the 80s and they don't have phones. And then he shows up at her window again one night and they have a little bit of an argument, but then she forgives him.
You could start by showing up.
I will.
The movie cuts to the next day at school and it's Chanel number 5's birthday. All of her friends have disowned her, but she goes to give her a birthday present anyway.
A hat that fits right over his ears. She got her a toy. Does it come with a nappy?
Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard I can't even breathe.
Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm kind of having a birthday party this Saturday.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean, it was like totally last minute.
I think you guys would actually just really like him if you got to know him.
Well, why don't you bring him to my birthday party?
So she agrees, her boyfriend comes to the party, and he even gives her a birthday present.
Hey, Randy.
Right on. Happy birthday.
Oh, it's a scratched-off lottery ticket. That's already been scratched off.
Take that to any gas station, I'll give you $3 cash.
Now, do you remember how I said earlier, surely they wouldn't copy Grease any more than what they did? Well, I don't know. Personally, this reeks of Grease to me. So there's a dance competition happening.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friend.
In this dance competition, Romeo and Juliet are paired together and Karen and Logan Paul are paired together when Romeo goes to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's
things we do for girls.
And eerily similar to Grease. When he's in the bathroom, Logan Paul comes up and swoops his dance partner away. And much like Sandy, Romeo goes off and has a little sulk in the corner. Then Logan Paul and Karen come along and startle him and stir him up a bit. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, they won the dance competition.
That was amazing, right?
Uh-oh, if you lost a tooth, it's over at the Lost and Found.
That was awesome. With so many spins.
I want to eat beef, dude. Where's the beef, huh? Where's the beef, huh? I'm cool. Just making sure you're okay, buddy. I mean, your girl was kind of all over me. You look angry. You need to cool off a little bit. Yeah, she's really something, isn't she?
Oh my god!
Hey, he's crazy, man. Get off of me! Get off of me! Think I want to be here with these trust fund jerk-offs?
As far as she's concerned, it just looks like her boyfriend did it, and all he's saying to her is,
Come on, Julie, let's go!
So yeah, everyone's pissed. She tries to talk to her friend, and her friend's pissed at her because everyone only saw whatever Logan tells them, and everyone's up Logan's butthole in this movie.
Classy. Stacey, I am so
I think that you should probably just go.
So as far as she's concerned, it's her boyfriend's fault. She goes outside, they have another fight, and you guessed it, they break up.
It's not working.
You know what? Forget it.
So the next day she goes back to school, and she doesn't really have any friends anymore, but you know what she does have? Logan Paul. And you guessed it, they do get back together, and they do go to prom together.
Those tots look awfully lonely. I know how they feel. You think, one of them might like to be my date to prom?
What about Karen?
No, I broke up with Karen. It's never been about her. Only us. So what do you say?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do prom.
Okay.
Yeah. Prom could be fun.
It will be fun.
But it doesn't mean we're back together. Okay?
Oh, sweet. Yes, ma'am. But seriously, are you gonna finish those tots?
But of course, this is a two-sided story, so we are shown Romeo in his little hometown going home with his singing number.
Boys don't cry.
Which ends up being a rooftop song.
Misjudged your limit.
And then they smash some bottles because they're cool kids, I guess. Romeo's friend ends up putting him out of his bad mood, and the next day at school, the main character is making up with Chanel No. 5, or attempting to at least, in the school bathroom.
I've been like the worst friend recently.
I know I said stuff too.
But yeah, they end up making up.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
The main character is out with her friends and her man Logie.
Silent treatment. Northridge is gonna be a blast.
Karen? She lied. Didn't even get into Northridge. Idiot.
I got in? Maybe that's why she went nuclear on us.
Hey, don't forget that pink dress, right? The one that goes with my cummerbund.
Well, I was actually thinking it might be super rad if I did something.
Don't you want to match, babe? Right.
They're shopping for a prom dress, apparently, because, you know, Logan is a good woman handler like that. Then she goes home and her dad sits her down and gets her to watch the first female astronaut with him, and I guess they threw that into the story because it was something that happened in the 80s.
That's the first female astronaut. That's Sally Ride.
And then we have another singing number, and may I say, this is probably my least favorite singing number in the whole movie. Not because it's a bad song, but because of the way they've laid it out. It's as though they're singing the song for long enough for it to be like a day's worth of work, and it just pisses me off that they're still singing this song through doing all this stuff. It's just so unrealistic. You couldn't do all this stuff in the time that you sung that song. It's just ridiculous. Did you sing one line per location? Like, it's just, nah.
Man is for under pressure that burns a building down, splits a family in two, puts people on streets.
That's the terror of knowing what this world is about. What your sunken faith screaming, let me up, yeah. Da 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 da. Okay. Shipping around, kick my brains round the floor. These are the days. It never rains, but it pours.
Song goes for a ridiculous amount of time, but it is not long enough to do all the things that they're making out you could do in the time you've sung this one song, and that's annoying. But anyway, so during all this montage stuff, Romeo decides that he's going to go show up to the prom with his friends.
Pressure.
So we're all finished getting ready. It's time to go to the prom, and here is the big dress reveal.
For the prom.
Stunning. All right, can we get a picture of you two?
Mickey, over that corsage. What happened to the dress?
He said pink.
Just a few more photos.
Just a couple more shots. I gotta go.
Mom, we really have to go. We're taking it too late.
This is important.
We have to go.
Please be careful.
We won't be back too late.
Julie, au revoir.
I'm really confused why he ran like that, but anyway.
We were so in.
So the prom goes relatively well, and of course it's time to find out who's king and queen.
Most bitchinest awesome prom king and queen. This is totally fun, right?
Totally.
Do you think we can, like, go together again? Mickey Bowen and Julie Richmond!
Of course she had to be prom queen, and Logan Paul had to be prom king. And of course she had to have an emotional moment up on the stage.
Hey, do you guys have anything you want to say to young America?
Congratulations, Sally Ride. Woo! Women!
Balls to the wall!
Everything's going well until they go out to have their first dance, and basically he's being a dick and she breaks up with him, I guess.
So are we back together again? Because they got us a room at the Sheraton?
No.
Like, no, we're not back together or no Sheraton?
Do you really want to do this right now?
Damn it, Julie, are you, like, wasting my prom night?
Not anymore.
So yeah, she leaves him on the dance floor, and Logan's just standing there like,
Ladies, I'm single!
She leaves the dance floor and stops to make amends with the girl that was mean to her, and just like in Mean Girls, gives her the plastic crown she won for being prom queen. Everyone looks at her as if she's the craziest girl in the world for leaving Logan Paul, but right as she's leaving, who is it on the stage that she hears? No, it's her dream boy come to save the day.
On my breath. Making love to you was never second best.
This makes Logie mad, and he gets his goons to come destroy the romantic night that they have installed. But their love is just too strong, and the plan didn't work. They just sing to each other. Logan's pissed, and they end up just putting the power back on and having a good old night.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
So the movie ends with Cher from Clueless explaining to her daughter that your first love isn't always the one you stay with forever, and, you know, fun along the way kind of thing. And that's the end of the movie. It ends with her riding off into the sunset.
Where do you want to go?
Everywhere!
What do you want to do?
Everything.
Okay, so the movie is over. I know I didn't call the characters by their actual names. I'm aware. I just couldn't be bothered learning them, and whenever I tried to learn them, I just got confused because Logan looks like Logan Paul. The chick out of Death Day just looks like Happy Death Day chick to me, etc., etc. I can't just call them these fake names that don't apply to them to me. It's just how it goes. This wasn't a bad movie overall, and Logan Paul's performance all over wasn't bad at all. I would recommend it to anyone who's into this sort of thing, but if you're not, it's really more like a bad comedy, I guess. But if you can put up with the singing, which was, you know, a big thing. At this point, I honestly just really want to finish editing and dealing with this video in general. I've watched this movie way too many times in a row now, and I just want to look at anything else. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. If you enjoyed this, like or subscribe as well if you'd like to see more content from me. And thank you again for watching. Bye.